If you are watching this video right now, you are likely not part of the world's top 1%. And let's be honest, you probably think the reason for this is just luck or inherited wealth. But what if I told you that the 1% operates on a completely different financial operating system, one that you ignore every single day? This is the secret Warren Buffett discovered at a young age, the one that made him one of the wealthiest people on earth. What you are missing is not how they earn money, but how they perceive it. While most people see money as a reward for selling their time, the 1% sees money as a soldier fighting on their behalf. We've all been told the same story. Go to school, get good grades, find a secure job, and work hard for 40 years. This isn't a plan for freedom. It's an operating manual designed to ensure the system has a constant supply of parts. We call this the employee trap. Time is a finite inventory, and you only have 24 hours a day. Whether you are a doctor or a manager, if you are selling your hours, you have a ceiling. Even day, dagger, under, time. The moment you stop working, you begin to die financially. The system is designed to penalize those who sell their time. Wage earners pay the highest tax rates, while investors pay much lower rates on capital gains. Moreover, the inflation thief increases the prices of assets owned by the rich first, while your salary is always the last and least to rise. This is why the ultimate secret of the wealthy is owning equity. You will never get rich by renting out your time. You must view every dollar in your pocket as a soldier in your army. Instead of killing that soldier on consumer spending, you must send them into battle, into investments to capture new dollars for you. The second power that sets the elite apart is leverage. In the past, there was only labor and capital leverage. Today, we have zero marginal cost power multipliers like software and media that reach millions. But did Buffett build this massive wealth just by saving? Of course not. His greatest secret is a concept most people ignore: opportunity cost. Buffett always advises, when making an investment, calculate not just what you will gain, but what you lose by not putting that money elsewhere. While most people sink their money into dead assets, he ties his money to cash generating machines. To him, a luxury car is just a pile of metal, but a good stock is a factory that runs 24/7. Keep this Buffett quote in mind: if you aren't willing to own a stock for 10 years, don't even think about owning it for 10 minutes. This applies not just to the stock market, but to every business you start and every second you spend. In his world, patience is the financial tool that yields the highest return. You make a video once, and it is watched millions of times while you sleep. This is like using technology instead of a stick in a nuclear war. The owner mindset is not about solving problems, it's about building systems that solve problems. If a business depends entirely on you, it is not an asset, it's a burden. Your goal is to make yourself redundant in your own income stream. The reason most people fail to do this is salary addiction. A salary is a drip of morphine that numbs your ambition and gives your brain a false sense of security. People sacrifice their freedom for status titles and badges of busyness. However, in true wealth, being busy is not an achievement. It is a sign of a lack of focus. The rich are not busy, the rich think. To break this trap, you need an escape strategy. Don't quit your job immediately, it is your first investor. But you must use your weekends not to rest, but to build your own system. From Friday night to Monday morning, you must be the CEO of your own life. When your passive income exceeds your expenses, you reach escape velocity. When you are 90 years old, sitting in your rocking chair, you won't regret the promotions you didn't get. You will regret the 40 years you spent building someone else's dream. Time is the only thing you cannot buy back. Compound your capital or let the system compound you. The choice is yours. In Warren Buffett's world, joining the 1% isn't just about the numbers in your bank account. It is a matter of emotional discipline that 99% of the world ignores. Let's continue with one of Buffett's most striking pieces of advice. Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. This sentence summarizes the psychological makeup of the 1%. When everyone is in a panic, they go shopping. When everyone is celebrating, they quietly move to cash. For them, market fluctuations are not a disaster. They are like a store having a sale. While most people decide with their emotions, the 1% relies only on data and patience. Many people imagine wealth as the money they spend, but true wealth is actually the money you do not spend. Warren Buffett, living in the same modest house and eating the same breakfast decades after becoming a billionaire, is not a sign of stinginess. It is a mathematical strategy. Every $1,000 you spend is not just $1,000. If you had turned that money into a soldier, yielding a 10% return, it would be worth more than $17,000 30 years from now. When you buy a luxury consumer product, you are essentially throwing away a massive sum from your future freedom. This is the miracle of compound interest, the one the poor do not understand, and which Einstein defined as the eighth wonder of the world. Another major lever in Buffett's success is the discipline he calls the circle of competence. He does not chase every opportunity in the world. He deepens his expertise only within the areas whose boundaries he knows very well. While shallow people are swept away by every new trend, deep people become masters of one field and allow their knowledge to grow through compound interest as well. For someone who reads hundreds of pages a day, every new piece of information adds to the whole, building a massive intellectual fortress. Unless your mind becomes an asset, your wallet will always remain a liability. The real reason people panic when markets crash is that they spent all their ammunition at the beginning of the game. Buffett's greatest strength is the massive pile of cash he keeps on the sidelines while everyone else is in fear. Cash may seem insignificant during stagnant times, but in moments of crisis, it transforms into the world's most powerful weapon. While the average person consumes with debt, the elite use debt only to build systems. If you have credit card debt, you are essentially a soldier captured in someone else's army. Your first goal is to break these chains. Your second goal is to build your own army. Ultimately, the world spends billions of dollars to convince you to remain a consumer, a debtor, and an employee. Advertisements and social pressure trap you in a status game, yet the wealth game is the exact opposite of the status game. Status is trying to prove to others that you are rich. True wealth is the freedom of not having to answer to anyone. The choices you make today will either make you part of a system or the owner of one. What determines whether you will sell your time tomorrow morning or watch your system work for you is the emotional discipline you show today. Wealth is not a destination, it is a way of making decisions. This philosophy of accumulation is not about deprivation, but about delayed gratification for the sake of ultimate control. While the 99% are addicted to the high of a new purchase, the elite are addicted to the yield of a new asset. Every time you choose to invest instead of spend, you are buying back a piece of your future life. Most people are busy trying to look rich to people they don't even like, using money they haven't even earned, via credit cards that function as financial shackles. This is the ultimate irony of modern society. We work jobs, we hate to buy things, we don't need to impress people who don't care. To exit this cycle, you must shift your identity from a consumer to a producer. A producer looks at a smartphone and sees a company's profit margin. A consumer looks at it and sees a status symbol. Buffett's secret is that he stopped caring about the world's opinion of his car and started caring about his ownership of the car company. He realized that the stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. If you can master your emotions, when the red numbers appear on the screen, you are already wealthier than most. True financial independence is the point where your money soldiers earn more in their sleep than you could ever earn by sweating. It is the moment you transition from being a part of the machine to being the architect of the machine. The gate to the 1% is not locked by a key. It is locked by a mindset that most are too distracted to develop. The true nature of wealth is measured not by what you own, but by what you can afford to ignore. Most people spend time they don't truly possess to earn money they don't truly keep, all to impress people they don't even like. The ultimate power lies in the courage to break this cycle. The unfair advantage of the 1% isn't necessarily a higher IQ, but a lower time preference, the capacity to delay instant gratification today to build a private empire for tomorrow. While the system whispers, buy now, pay later, the wealthy operate on the mantra of pay now, own forever. For them, the ultimate luxury isn't a diamond encrusted watch. It's the ability to own every second that watch ticks. If your income is entirely dependent on your physical presence, you aren't an owner, you are simply a high priced tenant of your own life. Having golden handcuffs doesn't mean you are free, it just means your cage is more expensive. The real financial awakening begins when you realize that every dollar spent on mindless consumption is a ransom payment taken from your future freedom. In this game, the winner isn't the one who spends the most, but the one who builds a system so robust that they no longer have to play the game at all. While the rest of the world is distracted by the noise of the crowd, focus on the quiet, steady rhythm of compounding. In the end, you either put your capital to work or you will be forced to work for capital until the very end.